Advanced Hypnosis: An Introduction for Newbies. Statement of Rights. You may not change this book or sell it, but you can get paid to give it away. Copyright White Dove Books 2009. What is hypnosis? For anyone concerned that this is a report designed to teach readers how to convince crowds of people to act like chickens or dance to an unheard song just with a carefully placed keyword, relax. While hypnosis is often paraded in that form with large crowds visiting celebrity hypnosis experts to see what wonders they can perform, the majority of hypnosis used is to aid people seeking a solution to a problem they cannot resolve easily with any other method. What hypnosis is not. Like many things that have become popularized by celebrity, there are a few misconceptions about self-hypnosis that are good to clear up at the start. Before we look at what self-hypnosis is, let's look at what it is not. Self-hypnosis doesn't mean you are allowing someone to control your mind with a soundtrack. No one is able to control our minds. What it does do is help us solve our own problems and answer our own questions. Trust your own strength and power and know your mind isn't going to let just anyone take over. Hypnosis isn't sleeping. While you move in and out of a hypnotic state as you fall asleep or wake up, hypnosis is that time between wakefulness and sleeping. That lovely relaxed state that drifts you between conscious and unconscious thought. You may sometimes fall asleep during or after a meditation, but that is because you relax. Falling asleep during hypnosis often indicates the level of stress you are under, that you are having trouble relaxing on a long-term basis, and the hypnosis-induced sleep is simply your body telling you that you are sleep-deprived and need to catch up on sleep. Hypnosis doesn't make the bad things go away. If you've been heavily hurt or abused, it won't make the memories go away. What it can do is rearrange your filing system a little. It can put those bad thought patterns and memories in a place where they don't pop out every time you open your mind's storage cupboard. Instead, it parks it somewhere at the back of the highest shelf and puts the good thinking in the shelves within easy reach. It's a little like the way your mother may have put the cookie jar at the top of the fridge when you were a kid. You just couldn't get to it unless you put a pile of effort into it. The best thing about hypnosis is the cookie jar might have some moldy old bread in it, but the hypnosis puts some sweet and tasty good feelings within easy reach. You are far more likely to access the good bits before any of that bad stuff comes flooding back. Hypnosis can't make you do something you don't want to. Your mind is far stronger than we give it credit for. We can't be made to act or believe something we do not want to believe. This is also why some people may find self-hypnosis doesn't have the expected result they were planning on. Before you begin any self-hypnosis course, think about whether the new thinking patterns you are working towards are actually what you want to believe and change. For instance, some people say they want to give up smoking, but because they love the social side of standing with other smokers, or the way it makes them more relaxed in social situations, they don't really want to let it go. It's important to find what it is you actually want to adapt, change and replace before you start for maximum effectiveness. It's something you already do. If you are currently struggling to keep focused on goals, give up an addictive craving or want to achieve some heady goals, then learning the basics of hypnotic suggestion may be an excellent solution. The techniques used in self-hypnosis are used by high-performance athletes, successful movers and shakers in business, and people wanting to give up smoking or stop raiding the cookie jar the world over. Self-hypnosis or autosuggestion is something we actually do all the time. We just may not realize it. Our mind is a powerful thing. Try the following exercise to see how powerful your mind is. You may want to read it to the end and then close your eyes if that is easier. The juicy orange. Imagine you have an orange in your hand. Think about how round and firm it is, and how juicy it is inside. It's been freshly picked, and has a lovely deep orange color all over it. Now hold out that hand and spend time imagining how it feels in your hand. Take that orange and place it down on a cutting board. Take an imagined knife and slice that orange in half, and then half again. Pick up one of the segments. Feel the cool juices from the orange drip down your fingers as you lift the piece to your mouth. Open your mouth and put the orange inside, biting down on the flesh and letting the juice run down your tongue. Think about how it tastes, the sweetness of the citrus juice in your mouth. What this exercise does. Nearly everyone who does this exercise experiences something quite extraordinary. The taste buds in their mouths are stimulated, and their mouth produces saliva to help the body digest the orange, even though it isn't real. Why does this happen? Because the thoughts we hold in our mind have the power to make physiological changes to our body. Our thoughts can change the way we work, think and behave. If a simple exercise imagining eating an orange can make your mouth get red for actually eating it, imagine how effective changing other behaviors can be by repeating a simple idea or creating a powerful visualization. Even if you have never consciously explored self-hypnosis before, you will have at times tried to talk yourself into something. Repeating an idea or belief over and over again can help us internalize the idea until it becomes a natural part of us. Many of us do this without calling it self-hypnosis. Feeling a little down all the time? Perhaps your self-talk has some of the following phrases: I'm no good, or I can't do this. There is a children's story about the little engine that could. It is about a little train who is able to pull a weight that is heavier than it is built to pull simply through its belief in itself. As it pulls the load behind it, the little engine cries, I think I can. I think I can. And the little engine can. Self-hypnosis helps those things that you struggle against become more straightforward and attainable. It's not about bending the laws of physics, allowing you to fly or have superpowers, but it is all about tapping into the tremendous power of your mind and utilizing it to its fullest capacity. Is hypnosis a mainstream concept? If you are considering hypnosis but worried that it may be taking you on the long slow road to hippie skirts and backpacking through India in search of your guru, you can relax. Many high-performance athletes and sports people use self-hypnosis to break through fears, keep themselves focused and improve their performance. It has been found to help those athletes who have been injured to heal faster and stronger using self-hypnosis techniques. Many of these athletes use mantras or short simple phrases coming to of their hypnosis sessions to push them through their pain barriers, or keep them focused when all they really want to do is stop and rest. Business owners and entrepreneurs use hypnosis to stay focused in work and as a start-off point to increase creativity and brainstorming. With many of us allowing our fears to curtail the what could be in our lives, finding a way to break through that, replacing those fears with positive statements instead, can help greatly in business. Addictive behavior can also be helped with self-hypnosis techniques. Smokers, dieters, and those wanting to reduce time with anything disrupting everyday life and success can find these tools can reprogram their patterns. If you have a major addiction, however, it is a good idea to seek medical help, using the hypnosis as only part of the whole method. Chronic illness can also be helped with hypnosis. To give an idea of the power of thought, a study of patients with cystic fibrosis, a genetic condition that is incurable, found that hypnotherapy was able to improve their health, helping them to breathe easier. This condition fills the lungs with liquid, reducing anxiety and improves the ability to clear the lungs without needing to cough chronically. Cancer patients have long used self-hypnosis as part of their battle against their illness. Being able to visualize their body healing itself and being victorious not only have been shown to be effective in helping the healing process, but has reduced the anxiety attached to the illness considerably. The hypnosis helps people with chronic illness take charge of their body, when often the illness and the related treatments can make you feel as though you have to let go of your own decision-making and no longer have any control over it. That alone makes it a worthwhile tool. Mental health struggles with things such as panic attacks, depression and self-harm can also be helped with hypnotherapy. Again, if you are very depressed or struggling with self-harm in such a way that you are endangering your life or the people around you, it is important to use hypnosis in conjunction with professional advice and treatment. However, learning to use the simple but effective breathing and mantra repetition techniques can help you preempt episodes before you lose control, or help you reconfigure your thought patterns so any negative behavior is reduced. Many doctors, health professionals, trainers and advisors recommend hypnosis as an excellent tool. Using it in your own life is an excellent way to achieve your own personal goals. With so many people before you have found it an excellent tool to solve their own issues, you can be assured you are using something that really does work and is considered useful. How does hypnosis work? We have two parts of our mind, the conscious and the subconscious. Our conscious mind is the part of our mind we need to analyze and rationalize. It is able to only do one thing at a time, and it has a working or short-term memory perfect for remembering the telephone number someone gives you just before you dial it, or the fact you got up from the sofa to make a cup of tea when get to the kitchen. It's the part of our mind that is talking to us all day long, sometimes with an ongoing chatter that never stops. It helps us solve problems and is able to make sense of any behavior we see or experience. Our subconscious mind is busy all the time too. It is in charge of all the autonomic parts of our body. These are the parts that we need to stay alive, such as a regular heart rate, stable blood pressure and our breathing. It also holds our creative parts, our emotions, our imagination and all our feelings and emotions. Our permanent memories are all stored in our subconscious too. All the things you believe and live by come from what is stored in your subconscious. When you respond to something with any emotion or a smell or action evokes a memory, that's coming from something stored in your subconscious. Your subconscious self can sometimes get a little drowned out with all the chattering your conscious mind does during the day. Self-hypnosis helps that conscious mind quieten down enough so you can get some important information to your subconscious. It's a time when positive suggestions can be placed into your subconscious. In many ways your subconscious is like a computer. Self-hypnosis reprograms your subconscious and then reboots, saving all the new information there for it to use when you awaken from your relaxed state. Because many of our actions stem from our emotions and feelings, changing these affects the way we act and react in different situations. If you think you've never been hypnotized before, think again. You enter a hypnotic state at least twice a day as you go to sleep and then awaken. Studies have shown one of the best ways to learn a skill is to sleep on it. It allows the subconscious save all the material into your memory banks where it stays ready to use again. A hypnotic state can happen naturally when you are relaxed. If you've ever been driving and suddenly realized you are almost at your destination but are a little unsure of how you got there, then you've been accessing your subconscious state. Book lovers may know the feeling of becoming so immersed in a good book they don't hear someone talking to them. That's you moving into a state of hypnosis. Sometimes stress or environment can prevent us to stilling ourselves enough to teach our subconscious to think positive thoughts. Negative self-talk playing in our subconscious can prevent us from losing that weight, giving up smoking or feeling confident when walking into a business meeting. Using self-hypnosis tools can provide our subconscious with new and fresh positive thoughts and phrases that replace or override negative ones. As these become our chief thoughts, they affect our reactions and behavior and positive changes begin to occur in our lives. The best part is, as it is driven from our subconscious, we don't have to utilize that willpower or reason to get there, we just let our subconscious lead us instead. Who shouldn't use self-hypnosis? You can use self-hypnosis to help you across a range of different areas. We've already talked briefly about how many people use it, but how can that apply to you? Hypnosis isn't for everyone. If you have always felt very nervous about trying it or are convinced it's all a waste of time, it's not going to be very effective. Some people find it hard to become relaxed enough to get to a stage where they are taken deep enough into a quiet state. If that could be you, then before you even start self-hypnosis, practice having moments of peace and quiet. Perhaps go on a walk every day without putting on your MP3 player or taking a cell phone or a friend and enjoying the thoughts in your head. Stop, or try to spend 5 to 10 minutes a day doing nothing but sit quietly. If that is a struggle, relaxing for a self-hypnosis session may prove difficult. Once that quiet space feels a little easier to get to, you can progress to a positive self-hypnosis session. For the new ideas to become well embedded inside your mind, the deeper your level of relaxation, the better. If you have a full chaotic life, consider if you have the time to put into it. Regular sessions are better than one or two every now and again. If that all sounds a little off-putting, it doesn't need to be. You'll know when you are ready. If you start and it feels all too stressful, take a week or so to break, then try again. However, there is one important factor in meeting up with difficulties. Our mind and our bodies like everything to stay the same. The old saying, creatures of habit, is one that perfectly describes all of us. We will do almost anything to stay the same, even if the same isn't what is best for us. It's one of the reasons so many diets fail. Make big changes all at once and your body starts to protest. It gets scared that it is starting to make changes too fast and won't be able to cope with it. So if you begin a course of self-hypnosis and find you meet up with a few speed bumps, don't worry. All it really is your body and mind readjusting themselves to the new information. The only reason you should stop is if it is leading you into damaging behavior or making matters worse for more than a few days. One of the pluses of self-hypnosis is it is something you can do no matter your current physical state. Whereas yoga and tai chi can also help you move into a relaxed state, there can be times in your life where the type of movement is not either practical or possible. The vast majority of people find that the whole journey to new thoughts and actions is pleasantly gentle, encouraging and well worth it. If you want to give it a try, then do, and find out if it suits your needs, your lifestyle and your goals. What is self-hypnosis suitable for? Now we've gone through the list of people who might find it difficult, let's take a look at the type of needs people have used self-hypnosis to conquer. These are all common areas that have been found to benefit from self-hypnosis techniques and sessions and cover a broad range of areas from business, to health and fitness to relationships. Quitting smoking. Self-hypnosis can be extremely effective in kicking the smoking habit. It teaches you to find the taste of smoking unpleasurable and reminds your self-conscious state to look after and nourish your body with things that are only beneficial. It can also drastically cut down the amount of cravings and help you become smoke-free forever. Sleeping better. If you can't sleep, it maybe you need to learn how to move from conscious to unconscious using your subconscious. Confused? Basically, you might need to learn some effective relaxation tools to get those sleep patterns kick-started and working again. With the stress many of us carry, it is easy to get caught up into patterns of regular wakefulness, finding it harder to settle once nighttime comes. Self-hypnosis is ideal for sleep pattern disruptions, as the ideal time to try self-hypnosis is just before bed. You'll be all relaxed and ready for sleep when the lights go out. Improving sales performance. Salespeople have been using self-hypnosis to help sell for a long time, both for their own goal setting and applying what they know to their prospects. Getting subliminal selling working for you and you'll reap huge rewards. Developing your career. Is there something stopping you from being where you want to be in your career? While many people blame circumstances, we all can think of at least one person who has risen beyond circumstance and surpassed it all. You could be that person with a little help from self-hypnosis. Changing the way you think changes the way you act. Losing weight. While it used to be felt that willpower was all people needed to lose weight, science and nutrition researchers discovered willpower is not ever going to be enough. Our bodies will fight any attempt of the conscious mind trying to control our digestion and energy levels, as those are domain of the subconscious. Add on the need to sort out emotional eating issues, or eating when stress levels are high due to high levels of cortisol, and it begins to become clear that losing weight is far more complex than just ensuring you don't buy a pie or 3 for dinner. Self-hypnosis can help you change your relationship with food and eating. It can help break the cycle of negative eating, and reduce food cravings and addictions. Self-confidence. If you've worried about how people see you, or feel your sense of self has been damaged over the years, and then your self-confidence could maybe do with a bit of care. Self-hypnosis helps you accentuate the positive parts of yourself and build on them. It helps to still the fear that can rise up in places that you don't feel so confident, such as parties where you don't know many people, on dates, or during a job interview. A lack of self-confidence can cripple your ability to function as a successful and happy person. Focusing on establishing a sound level of confidence through self-hypnosis can also impact huge areas of your life. Many people have found this is an ongoing battle until they begin to be treated differently. Once people start to react positively to their change on confidence, smiling at them, and reacting in a good way, the change becomes easier and the positive feedback received builds on the foundation you've already begun. It becomes easier and easier until it isn't an issue anymore. Improving your memory. Your long-term memory is controlled by your subconscious self. Helping your mind make connections between materials or file it in the correct place can greatly enhance your memory skills. There is several popular self-hypnosis tools that can help you improve your ability to file old and new information so it's easier to locate on tap. Studies with people who suffer from Alzheimer's have found people who continue to stimulate their brains can sometimes reduce the effects of the disease. Self-hypnosis can still your mind enough to learn new skills. Overcoming shyness. If you have difficulty in new social situations or find that you are tongue-tied when you see that gorgeous person in accounting, then self-hypnosis can help you overcome your shyness. Fear of rejection or being accepted as you are can often affect shyness. Some people are labeled shy from an early age, and need to let go of long-time patterns of behavior. Self-hypnosis helps you let go of old learned perceptions of yourself and embrace a new, more outgoing you. Getting pregnant. For anyone who has suffered infertility, that monthly wait to see if you have a positive result, when once again it is not, can be heartbreaking. Learning methods that can help you visualize success have been found to help couples in their journey towards conception. Many fertility practitioners recommend relaxation as an aid towards conception. Becoming agitated about getting pregnant can cause stress to your body. It can help to visualize the whole pregnancy as a success, seeing the fetus develop into a healthy and happy, relaxed wee baby. Childbirth. Pain like nothing else seems to be an expected outcome of childbirth, but does it have to be? Many women have found self-hypnosis methods learned before going into labor can help them find that same relaxed state during labor. The more relaxed the woman is, the easier the birth tends to be, and the baby can more easily move down the birth passage. Many experienced midwives suggest using self-hypnosis as an alternative to any pain medication. It is a well-known fact that one of the chief benefits of using gas in labor is to help the woman focus on their breath. As they take deep breaths in and out, the woman finds it easier to relax. As each contraction gets stronger, being able to visualize it as a wave to ride helps the woman to take charge and feel more empowered. Improving relationships. If you are struggling with intimacy issues, with connecting with a partner, or with finding it hard not to get angry with loved ones, self-hypnosis can help you to change your behavior. It is often astonishing to discover many of the issues we have with others aren't actually about the way they act, but about how we start something ourselves, or react to their actions. If you have struggled with forming good boundaries, or establishing healthy relationships with your close ones, then self-hypnosis will help you establish good boundaries and alter the way you relate to others. These can also include business relationships. In any zone of your life, if you find you are falling into similar patterns of relating time and time again, being bullied, arguing, passive-aggressive behavior, and anxiety, then it's good to take a look at your own patterns of behavior and alter them. Finding love can be easier after self-hypnosis. It may be there is fear attached of a new relationship due to a concern of being rejected or not seeing yourself as valuable. Self-hypnosis can help you internalize positive self-belief to change that. Improving mood. If you have low-grade depression, then self-hypnosis techniques alone may be enough to even out your mood and help you cope with the stresses affecting it. If you have a diagnosed condition and are taking treatment, using self-hypnosis can help you change some of your learned behaviors that may be contributing to your condition. While it is not advisable to stop medication once prescribed, self-hypnosis techniques can help you reduce some of the long-term effects of your illness. Many people have found they are able to reduce their levels of medication, gradually weaning themselves off. Others, who may have chronic mental illness, have found that alongside long-term prescription drug treatment, self-hypnosis gives them the opportunity to prevent further downturns in mood and avoid hospitalization. Sports performance. This area has been mentioned elsewhere in this report. Teaching your mind to experience success is a huge part of this, as is injury prevention methods and working past the pain barrier. People have been known to adopt mantras from their hypnosis sessions to use while running marathons or playing high-level games to repeat and refocus after the exhaustion sets in or during times of high pressure, such as shooting the final basket at the crucial moment or needing to score that all-important penalty shot. It can also help regular sportsmen and athletes who have had sports injuries move in a way so as not to make the injury worse, and speed up the healing process. If a jockey has been injured in a bad fall, or a motocross rider in an accident, then self-hypnosis techniques can help overcome any residue fear about getting back on the horse or bike, so to speak. Increasing creativity. If you want to develop a more creative outlook, then self-hypnosis can help you. With many jobs now including a creative component, or people needing creativity in their everyday life, increasing your creativity can have far-reaching results. Many artists and creators use meditation, self-hypnosis and quiet reflective times to brainstorm. Hypnosis can help you reach deeper levels faster. Regression therapy. This is possibly the most controversial reason someone would want to use self-hypnosis, but many of the stories coming out of people who have tried it indicate some people find a lot of comfort from using self-hypnosis to seek this part of their psyche out. While it is not as common to find MP3s that you can download to deal with this issue, if it is something you are interested in, investigate it further. Will it work right away? While a very few people find 1 or 2 weeks of listening to a particular range of new thoughts can show major changes, for many there is a slow change that is intensified over a period of weeks and months rather than an overnight complete turnaround. Self-hypnosis is also known as autosuggestion or autogenic training. As with any training program, it can take a little time to get your new healthy thinking fitness patterns ready to work by themselves. If you've ever picked up a hobby such as running, you'll be only too aware of that feeling you get early in the morning while you are still getting new habits established. The mental arguments you can have with your mind while you try to decide if you should get up for that run in the rain on a cold and dark morning can take a while to override, even if you can feel your fitness levels increases at a good speed due to the daily runs. Self-hypnosis patterns are no different. You might see changes, small changes right away, but long-term change comes from the subconscious truly letting the new ideas soak right in and become your second nature. When going into a relaxed state for hypnosis, your mind is becoming trained to believe the words being heard. These repetitive positive affirmations help your mind to disregard some of its more negative beliefs for positive ones. Along with these repetitive ideas, a self-hypnosis guidance track will often include some visualization and mental activities that leads you through the process of what it feels like to be successful in your endeavors. It's about helping you see the success before you experience it, allowing your body to become used to the feelings you'll have on the journey to success, and then once you get there, preparing your mind for the whole journey helps you get there. Hypnosis in many ways is another form of mediation, like praying, power naps, and those deep and meaningful talks you give yourself in the mirror about how I can do this thing. One type of autosuggestion or self-hypnosis many people use every year is the New Year's resolutions we try to adhere to. If we repeat to ourselves, plot a course of action and work towards it, we are enacting our autosuggestion. Once we present our mind with the positive thoughts we need to take on board, and allow these thoughts to become internalized, these thoughts can become part of our belief system. Once they are part of our beliefs, and then affect our conscious behaviors, and we start to make progress towards our most desired goals. While sometimes it is an unintentional process, such as shying away from a spider as your subconscious believes them to be scary, we can consciously change our beliefs deliberately. When and how often? Most practitioners and self-hypnosis providers suggest 20 minutes a day is enough to kickstart new thought patterns and their related behavior. While you can use any quiet spot to do this, the best time to use it is prior to sleep, or, if you are lucky enough to have them, before an afternoon nap. Sleep allows your mind to process and feed off the thoughts. Repeating some of the key ideas on awakening will help you start the day with your thoughts and focus on positive rather than negative ideas. Many people who use self-hypnosis on a regular basis find increasing the hours spent per week doesn't speed up the changes in thinking. This is one of those lovely activities that you really only need to do once or twice a day without feeling like that isn't enough time. Perhaps the key is to commit to it for a minimum time period, such as 4 times a week for 3 weeks. While it's best to do it every day, forgetting or feeling guilty if you miss it may defeat the end purpose of adding to your relaxation. You want this to be a positive experience that your mind and body starts to look forward to. Self-hypnosis can and will help you conquer the mountains standing between you and your goals. All you need to do is start. Join the Inspiration newsletter and get free access to our library of books on personal development, self-growth and motivation. About White Dove Books. Will Edwards is the founder of White Dove Books, the internet's leading website for self-improvement and personal development. A graduate of the University of Birmingham, UK. He develops and teaches personal development workshops and he is a published author. Within its first 3 years, White Dove Books was recognized as one of the internet's leading sites for self-help and personal development, breaking into the top 100,000 sites on the internet at the end of 2005. The Inspiration newsletter was started in 2005 as a way of providing helpful information including tips, articles and free inspirational ebooks to our visitors. Today White Dove Books works in partnership with many authors and online publishers of inspirational material to provide a quality online service that serves thousands of people in many countries across the world. Our mission is to help people to develop their own unique talents, abilities and passion in order that they may lead more meaningful, joyful and fulfilled lives. On sleep. Hypnosis doesn't make the bad things go away. If you've been heavily hurt or abused, it won't make the memories go away. What it can do is rearrange your filing system a little. It can put those bad thought patterns and memories in a place where they don't pop out every time you open your mind's storage cupboard. Instead it parks it somewhere at the back of the highest shelf and puts the good thinking in the shelves within easy reach. It's a little like the way your mother may have put the cookie jar at the top of the fridge when you were a kid. You just couldn't get to it unless you put a pile of effort into it. The best thing about hypnosis is the cooking to let just anyone take over. Hypnosis isn't sleeping. While you move in and out of a hypnotic state as you fall asleep or wake up, Hypnosis is that time between wakefulness and sleeping. That lovely relaxed state that drifts you between conscious and unconscious thought. You may sometimes fall asleep during or after a meditation, but that is because you relax. Falling asleep during hypnosis often indicates the level of stress you are under, that you are having trouble relaxing on a long-term basis, and the hypnosis-induced sleep is simply your body telling you that you are sleep-deprived and need to catch up. It people seeking a solution to a problem they cannot resolve easily with any other method. What hypnosis is not. Like many things that have become popularized by celebrity, there are a few misconceptions about self-hypnosis that are good to clear up at the start. Before we look at what self-hypnosis is, let's look at what it is not. Self-hypnosis doesn't mean you are allowing someone to control your mind with a soundtrack. No one is able to control our minds. What it does do is help us solve our own problems and answer our own questions. Trust your own strength and power and know your mind isn't garbage jar. Might have some moldy old bread in it, but the hypnosis puts some sweet and tasty good feelings within easy reach. You are far more likely to access the good bits before any of that bad stuff comes flooding back. Hypnosis can't make you do something you don't want to. Your mind is far stronger than we give it credit for. We can't be made to act or believe something we do not want to believe. This is also why some people may find self-hypnosis doesn't have the expected result they were planning on. Before you begin any self-hypnosis course, think about whether the new thinking, Advanced Hypnosis and Introduction for Newbies. Statement of Rights. You may not change this book or sell it, but you can get paid to give it away. Copyright White Dove Books 2009. What is hypnosis? For anyone concerned that this is a report designed to teach readers how to convince crowds of people to act like chickens or dance to an unheard song just with a carefully placed keyword, relax. While hypnosis is often paraded in that form with large crowds visiting celebrity hypnosis experts to see what wonders they can perform, the majority of hypnosis used is to